Welcome to the Gooseberry Pizza. I'm Kashna Jaikmar. This is a lovely session of pickle, and that pickle is going to be the Indian gooseberry pickle. See, the gooseberries are considered to be very healthy and they are very rich in vitamin C. And the one important point in this gooseberry is whatever you do with them, like you cook, you do anything, still they retain their vitamins in them and they are able to pass it on to your body when you consume it. So we are going to do a lovely Indian gooseberry pickle. 1 kg of firm gooseberries, half cup of lemon juice or juice of 5 lemons, half cup of gingery oil, 1 cup of red chili powder, 1/4 cup of fenugreek seeds, 1/4 cup of mustard seeds, half cup of salt, 1 tablespoon of asafoetida. For doing this amla pickle, there are a lot of varieties. They steam the amlas and then they loose it apart and then they do the pickle. But according to me or my mom, we normally use the pickle as a whole. We use the amla or the gooseberries as a whole and then pickle it. But nowadays, because this whole thing is not consumed, we are going to cut it into small pieces, not very small, to a fairly large size, and then salt it in oil, and then they become quickly consumable. Otherwise, we don't have time to wait for these pickles to get done. So that's why we are cutting it now. Just cut it according to your wish. Only thing is, leave the seed inside, because the seed is also very tasty. So see that you don't cut the seed. Just cut it like this. Or if you like even larger pieces, you can just leave it like that. Now I am pouring the oil. Add the amla or gooseberries. So see to that you don't put it in high heat or high flame. So what will happen is the gooseberries turn to lose the color. So you should put it in a very low flame, and it will take some time. So let's wait until then. While that is getting sorted well and cooked until soft, we are going to roast, grind and powder the fenugreek and mustard seeds. Now the fenugreek seeds are roasted and done. Now let's powder them. Now look at this, the gooseberries are done. See, they have not changed much. They look cooked, but they are not cooked. So what we have to do is how to test it. Just put your ladle on top of it and give it a press. If they just fall apart, then they are soft and cooked. So that is the consistency what we require for this pickle. So for this mustard seeds, we will have to just roast them in very low flame and see to that they don't splutter. If they are going to splutter, what will happen is the aroma and the smell and the taste of it will escape, and you will not get the full taste into your pickles. So see to that they don't splutter. Instead, just give them a mild roast and powder them. Mustard seed powder is ready. Let's also grind the rock salt. I am using rock salt. Normally it's good for pickles. So you can also use rock salt or the powdered salt. But if you are using rock salt, give it a grind so that they mix evenly. So I have just let it cool. Let's put the asafoetida or the hing. Now add the chili powder. Now let's add the masala powder. Give it a nice mix. See to that every piece is coated with the chili and masala powder. The mustard seeds, fenugreek seeds, salt and gingery oil are all preservatives. So you need not worry about adding any chemical or external preservatives. If this is done properly in the right proportion, then normally they don't tend to get spoiled. But normally the gooseberries don't have the sour taste. So for that we are going to add the lemon juice. If you're going to ask me why we are going to use this gingerly oil, then gingerly oil, even after a long period, for example, even if it is 3 months or 6 months, they don't tend to give a old smell. So that is the speciality of gingerly oil, and the same with the olive oil also. So you can use gingerly oil or olive oil. The other oils tend to give a kind of old smell. So that will not taste good in the pickles after a long time. I'm adding the lemon juice. Amla pickle or the gooseberry pickle is ready. So let's bottle them in a clean jar, and we will have to see and wait for 3 days. After that we will check if the salt and the oil is enough, and if required we will be adding some salt and oil to it. Take a clean glass or a ceramic jar. Try to avoid any plastic jars because they react with the pickle and it's not good for our health, and the pickle also tends to spoil quickly. Just pour the oil. See to that it's completely cooled and it's not hot. Only when it is cool you should add it to the jar. Give it a thorough mix once in the morning and once in the evening for the next 3 days. So here our amla or gooseberry pickle is ready. So let's wait for the next 3 days to see how this pickle is looking. Here after 3 days, have a look at this. Now after this 3 days only you will have to check for the salt, and if required you can add some salt and a little of oil. Can you see the oil has already come up? Now you will have to preserve it properly so that what will happen is it can stay for a longer shelf life. Always remember to use only a wooden ladle when you are handling the pickle, because the other metals can react and it can cause damage to the pickle. So always try to use a wooden ladle, and do not use straight away from the big jar to your serving dish. Transfer it to a smaller jar and then you can use it. So dear friends, the healthy and the tasty Indian gooseberry or the gooseberry pickle is ready with us on the table. Please follow all the instructions and do this, and you will definitely see it has a very great taste and a longer shelf life. Try this and keep us posted. Dosa to Pizza, always enhancing your taste buds. If you like this video, press like, subscribe to Dosa to Pizza, and for your printable recipes visit dosatopizza.com. Thank you and bye-bye.